live on a Friday then. Saturday and Sunday comes again. What's up, everyone? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American civil, messenger of God, first child of God. God created himself in the divine feminine form, and here I am. Realistically, you think you're God? No, I'm a child of God. Do you understand that? You don't understand my Father who art in heaven and how Jesus told you how all this worked? Don't worry, we're going to start a teaching about Jesus' words. In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, and anything on my shorts. She wears short shorts. They're very short. Realistically, I'm feeling good. Really? Yeah, but that's how it restarts. Really? Yeah, we did some shadow work last night, so you would have had to catch all that bullshit. Then this morning in my community page, I shared how trauma affects the brain, and that's exactly what I do over here, and that's what we do. Then I shared this funny meme. It was like, imagine two mentally ill girls becoming friends and coming a super nut. I was like, well, in that case, we're creating a whole nut house here. First off, you don't even have to be crazy like I was to be considered crazy once you start messing around with spirituality. You're going to be deemed crazy. Really? Welcome to the cuckoo house. One flew over the cuckoo nest. And then I posted, I was like, if you consider that I'm the sanest person out of all these Looney Tunes, we're creating an army of the crazies are creating an army. And that's what they'll look at. No, I'm not worried about them. They're crazy. They believe in fucking ghosts and spirits and shit. They're fucking crazy. They don't got no power. They're crazy. Stupid is as stupid does there, my friend. Do you see what we do? We think things into existence. Now, that's why we do such things. I had tried to explain that. It's like, do you enjoy fucking hurting? No. But do I have a choice? I tried to explain how the triggers work, how the memories pop up, blah, blah, blah. And then this chick shared a video, it's in my community page, about how trauma affects the brain and how it does such things. I'm just one of, who knows how many billion of people that are fucking traumatized and have a fucked up, mindset. I teach you what to do when these things happen because I can recognize it in myself. It's one of those things. It's like when you're crazy, like you clearly are, do you know you're crazy? No, you do not. Until somebody comes in and points out, hey, dude, you're being kind of crazy. And then you're like, well, you can deny that you're crazy or see that you're kind of erratic right now and maybe you need to chill. And so what we do is kind of like, I would say trauma response recognition, but along with that would be also just, as I said, by brainwash, we do repatterning and programming of the mind, so it's like before you have a crazy episode, you realize you are actually about to go into an episode and you remove yourself and you handle your episode privately in a spiritual manner where you can actually use this as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and identify something about yourself you're not sure of or that you're probably unaware of and integrate it. Nobody likes to be told about themselves, but as a person like me that doesn't know nothing about myself, it's not necessarily a terrible thing, don't you think? Until they start making up lies and always trying to tell you you're a bad person. Get out of my face. I don't need that. I need some memories, but not you just, this is what you remember. It sounds like you're dwelling on some shit if you ask me. Something like that. But anyways, that's what that's what we do over here. Realistically. I didn't realize I was crazy. And the more I started looking at it, I was like, damn, my life is crazy. I am crazy. And I started telling people, hey, dude, I'm fucking crazy. I just found out I was suffering from a personality disorder. Now, while I was telling them I was still suffering from it. It was still very much in control and active. And I was trying to gain control of my mind and to have control of my life without it just telling me what to do all the time. And that's what I teach you guys, is just have some mind control. Not to give into your every impulse and every thought and start to question where it came from and why you're being guided to act this way. Really? Yeah. Congratulations. So welcome to the cuckoo fucking bin. The crazy house. It's made for people like us. What is it? Our minds work different. I tried to explain that to you. So in that video, it shows how your brain does all of this shit and you need to repattern it and program it so it can turn back on. Well, I did much more than that. And I've always said that. There is a time, I can see it, I can foresee it, where I sit down with science and medicine and they put this little cap over my head, cap and gown is what I always say, and they can see my brain light up like a fucking Christmas tree. They can watch me materialize a thought based on the energetic waves in the room. I can show them how I can project myself, my energetic self, which is my astral body, into another room using the technology that they have. I've seen this whole thing go down. What sets me apart from you is not my experiences. That's what makes me like you. What sets me completely apart from everybody is the way my brain works. I don't stay in the context of my brain. I work through it to the outer source, which is the unconscious. And that's where I access all this information. And that's what I teach you guys, is to get outside yourself. By what? Going inside yourself. Really? It's all that guru type of talking bullshit. Really? Yeah. So anyways, I just wanted to check the cards. Why? Because I keep trying to, and they keep giving me one card at a time, if you weren't watching. And the card takes up. No, not those cards. Get what you get and don't throw a fit. I'm going to throw a motherfucking fit. We're going to use these. Why? Because they're old school and we like to feel comfortable in our skin, right? Anyways, we're just going to check and see what today holds. Ew, the bottom is the Five of Swords. We got battles. We're supposed to be restraining from battles. Oh, that's what I saw before I got on here. What'd you see? Oh, they want me to close that up. You can't make the trauma go away. You can just understand why it's standing in your way. And the longer you work at that, it'll get out of the way. Really? Yeah, write that down in your book. That's what I was saying. Like, as far as yesterday, what did you come to this epiphany? Nothing. It's just understanding. Understanding can give you peace. And some of the things you can't relate. What am I supposed to do about this? How can I force my mind? You know what I mean? Am I supposed to, trigger it and watch graphic fucking sexual images to bring up pain and stuff? No, thank you. We don't do that kind of fucking intense brainwashing. I'm not trying to force myself to feel to be traumatized and then force it to come up so I can fucking fix it. A card just flipped out. Exactly. We're supposed to be the Queen of Cups. Pray to God that we can be loving and kind. We're supposed to be restraining from conflict, even though it's around us. There's some tricksters, something about espionage. That's such a great word. I feel like I really should have looked it up. It came in my cards last night, which is what? I'm not sure the full definition, but I feel like somebody's trying to fucking get over or take over. It's a hostile takeover. What is espionage? It's like the Seven of Swords. They're being tricky. Really? Where did that card come out of yesterday? I'm pretty sure it was a sword. Anyways, we're supposed to be in a Jesus mode and manifesting from our heart. Once you do that, you turn your heart on, then all the shit that, aches comes to it's like, rip off the Band-Aids and let's see how bad this thing hurts. It needs some fresh air. It hurts. Really? Yeah. I guess I could read it to you. Give it to him. I want to do it in the short book. Why? So we can get a longer version of what this looks like in the long run. Really? Instead of taking fucking little measures, let's measure this up. Where's the cups? Coins, swords, wands. Okay, must have been before this. Ace of Cups. Nope, right there. Okay, I'm going to pull you out because you already fell out. All right, the Queen of Cups, caring, compassionate, empathetic, a spiritual healer. That's what I do. I teach you how to heal spiritually, bro. I have the ability, and that's, not my favorite thing, is you could come dump truck me and I can heal you that way, in person and shit. Come give me all your fucking bullshit and I'll make you feel better and, and you can have a better life. But realistically, no. I'm teaching you how to heal yourself. And I made a video about that last night. It's like, don't you bring your unhealed fucking ass to me and just lean on the fact that I can heal you. You need to heal yourself, bro. Anyways, able to hold a sacred space for the emotional self, radical compassion. Pay attention to your feelings during this time. Oh, God. So it started yesterday. Let's talk about your love life. Oh, and then I see the horrors of the past. Come on, not today. Don't fuck up my vibe, bitch. Really? Yeah, the past comes back to haunt you. I didn't want to deal with this. I just want to go on the record. That's why I gave up men, so I didn't have to deal with the pain that men had caused me. I'll just give this up, right? But then I looked at Marshall and I was like, damn, Nika, I don't want to be like you. I did it for him, but for me and to show us. And supposedly he's out there dating, so it worked. Or didn't, and now he still has to live up to that expectation and find a fucking date for the weekend. I've been telling him and Allie that forever. I don't put on a good show of how it looks when you Hey, I have karma and stuff, so I'm attracted to some low life losers, if you haven't noticed. Allie said it in a song, my exes speak for themselves or some shit. Hey, I think you guys will really like each other. You already do. You're each other's biggest fan. The only thing we have in common is me and how much I don't like you. But I love you. She's our friend, but she's crazy. Anyways, pay attention to your emotions. They're about to fuck you up. There is a fucking full moon, and just because you can't see it in the sky right now, bro, the fucking energy's there. It's on us, bro. Really? Can you feel it? Phil Collins is trying to warn you, bro. It's coming. What are you gonna do? I don't know. Go for a walk and feel your heart fucking explode like the Grinch. And now you got all these fucking repressed feelings that you really need to let go of. You and me both, bro. I'm gonna go walk it off. Really? I think so. I'm filled with a lot of energy and I already know what this works for. Otherwise, it becomes built up energy and you don't know where to put it. I put on. Come here, let me put this on you. That's really what you do. You take it out on your partner. Really? I mean, you could take it out on them in all different kinds of ways, but that's what you do. Come here, let me put this on you. Fucking had a bad day. Let me take this out on you. I'm so funny. Really? Yeah. There's me, which is my shit ass fucking mind. And then there's me, which is my fucking, you know what I mean? My innocent self. And then there's my higher self. And then there's the universe. And then there's God. Oh, God. There's a whole great party in here. Really? Yeah. In essence, there's a lot to deal with here. You wanna join in this party? Party on, Bill. Party on, Ted. I may be projecting on you, telling you that I can't deal with your mental illness, when in the essence you probably can't deal with mine. Because even though I'm very educated and trained on how to do it, it doesn't mean it doesn't stop. Like they're just new traumatizing fucking memories. They come in, it's like, oh God. It keeps me relevant and it gives me life's purpose. And it makes me rich and famous, but are you going to be able to stand around while I do these things? Oh, I'm having a dark night of the soul. Step back. I must exercise my demons. Realistically, I mean, what is the devil? The only devil inside it is my brain and the way it thinks about things. Standing in my way. Why do you think such ways? Like, he's a fucking... Don't say that word. You're not allowed to say that word. You can't just be out here calling men bitches. Bitch, watch me. Stuff like that. Why do you do that? I mean, it's the perception of how I see them. I'm trying to change my view on them, but it's hard to do when they're out here. Don't validate those thoughts. And that's it. It's like, I can respect where my opinion comes from. I'm just trying to change my outlook. It's not an easy thing to do. And I'm not wrong in what I believe you to be. I'm trying to see you as God does. Oh, God. Help me, Jesus. What gets in the way of that? Me. My first inclination is to be me. And then sometimes I can't stop me from being me. Then I hate God. Why'd you make me this way? It's like, well, just be better. I love you. Just be better. I mean, I kind of hate myself right now. Really, the life of a recovered crazy person still is a crazy ride. Really? Yeah, keep that in mind. It's a journey to healing. You don't just wake up one day and you're all better and, you have All your fucking problems in your life are just gone. I kept asking when that day would come. When am I going to be better? When can I leave this insane asylum called my life? 99 bottles of you, or 99 years of the bottles. No, dude, I don't drink. What the fuck are we going to do for 99 years? Healing? Oh, this is obnoxious. Can't force it to go faster because really it's painful shit to do. Oh, God, at some point I'll be crying like the rest of you. It's part of life. It's the healing process. Reverse possibility is self-care is needed. Codependency or giving too much. Don't give too much. How can you give so much when you need so much of you? Do you know why you're so needy? Because you've given too much of yourself to everyone else and you need this. Now that you need them, energy harvesters, fucking Bobby needs this, dude, so that he can have this to himself and still be able to give all of himself to everywhere else. This is that little thing that he can have, he can give to himself that keeps him alive and going. Hey, Stucker. See you. Realistically, yeah. And that's where it is it's because you're pouring yourself out to all your responsibilities and all your expectations and all your accountabilities and the roles you play. You got to be somebody's big brother or sister or their fucking niece or somebody's auntie or a mother or father. You're playing all these fucking roles, but you're not playing the role of the person inside. You just keep taking off your clothes and putting on your fucking, you know what I mean, your roles. When you take off your clothes, sorry, not so physical, but realistically, when you crawl into your quiet space at night, that's when you enter your divine feminine. That's the energy in which I occupy. That's where I can hear everything. That's when you take it all off and your thoughts and your experiences are casted outside of you. Really? That's where you start processing. That's where it all happens. Some people will do it throughout the day through meditation and shit, but no, that's when it happens. And that's why people don't like nighttime, because it makes them reflect. They don't like the reflection in the mirror because that's all it is. You're looking over your day when you sit there before you fall asleep. That's why some people can't sleep, because they're haunted by all these things. They're remembering a fucking conversation that happened last autumn with Autumn. That fucking bitch. You're that's where the shit comes to the surface, dude. Realistically, yeah. Lay. Here we go. Here's an example. Great example. You see those bubbles? Those are your fucking fucked up ass memories, right? That's all your shit stored in your chakras. You need to clean your chakras, right? It gets stale. Shit just sits there. Now, scientifically speaking, we turn it like this, and where does it go? All the bubbles rise to the top. So when you lay down, there it goes. And you're just laying in your own shit. And where's it coming from? You're looking up at the sky and you're setting it out of your head and maybe your mouth, but it's just right there. While you're staring at the walls and shit like that, it's coming out of you. And I hear that shit. Used to be really horrific. I can turn it off now, but ugh. I can hear you thinking. I can hear your feelings. Really? Mm-hmm. Understand a little bit of it. There's scientifically why I can prove that I can read your traumas on you. And then there's just the unscientific reason to it. Number 1, 2, and 3. Why can I recognize your pain and suffering on you? Because I'm trained to recognize it in me. I know that when I act certain ways, it comes from a certain feeling. And that feeling is attached to a certain experience. So simplistically, in a scientific way, I can say based on your body behaviors, I can see that you're storing in repressed pain and anger. Based on your responses to a couple things I might say, I can tell you exactly what you're suffering from. You could say it's a whole psyche magic trick, but it's not. It's me recognizing, because I can't get my own fucking memories out, but I know how to body map. I can literally see it from the outside through your chakra center where you're holding it simplistically into auras and shit like that. Really? On the bottom of the deck is the death card. That's a good one. Why? It's the most beautiful card in the deck. Why? It's endings. And then I just got reminded about your guys' fear of death. When we die, it's the most beautiful day of our lives. Why? Because it's the last day that we will have to suffer. We don't have to wake up the next day wondering, worrying about anything else about this world. We can leave this whole thing behind us. That's why suicide people be like seriously trying to do it quicker. Hey, bro, you can't end the experience until the experience ends. But it's a beautiful celebration. Your life is celebrated on that last day. Realistically, and especially by the living, they're really going to, you know what I mean? They call it mourning, but that's the way they celebrate you because you were such an important soul. And now without you there, they recognize what you meant to them. Really? Yeah. They didn't call you when you were alive, but now they're really crying real hard that you ain't there. And they carry that essence of you know what I mean? Long after you're gone. As far as the crossover, nope. The Holy Spirit's great. You know, we're grateful to have you back. We're going to brush you off and then we're going to talk about this life you just led. Celebrate. Get the man a drink. Get the man a drink. He's had a hard life. Let him see it. You know, bring all the family. And they know when you're coming. They're waiting for you. They've been waiting. They walk with you until that moment. Just like my spirit guides. I've seen it. Really? Yep. Yup. So as far as death and endings, that's it. You have to be very compassionate because that's what's going on right now. The death, transformation, rebirth process that we go through over a weekend is literally that. Your heart is calling you to let something go and let this experience transform you and let you be reborn from the experience. To walk in the spirit of trust, belief, and love for yourself. It's not asking you to do something bad. Before I got on this video, I saw it had just popped up, Steve's Love Tarot, and it says, I don't know what it said. It said something like they want to avoid a confrontation. You want to avoid the hard work that this is going to take. Nobody wants to do this, bro. We don't want to have those difficult conversations. We don't want to face this, what it takes to be a better person. We want to hide behind, well, it is what it is. And then still have this yearning that I wish this wasn't the way it was and not do anything about it. You got quiet. I was like, there's a very good amen. No. As I posted multiple times and in the thumbnail of that last video, it's like, you're fucking crazy if you think you don't have to grow up, that you're not going to lose friends, that you're not going to fucking lose, you know what I mean? That you're not going to have to give up things to become something more. That's not how it works. It's not like, oh, what am I saying? It's a movie. The Haunted Mansion. They finally get to go to heaven and she's grabbing all this shit. You're not taking any of that shit to heaven with you. You're not taking any of that shit to the new world with you. It's got cockroaches. It's got memories. Leave that shit here. We create new memories. We'll find new clothes. We'll eat new food. Leave the old you there. And that's what I teach on a psychological level is I have an old way of living. And as soon as it shows its ugly face, I'm like an antibiotic. I see it as a fucking dangerous cell that I have to attack. I don't want to live the way I lived. I want to live a new way that God is showing me. And every time I try to take these steps toward these new adventures and these new visions and these new explorations, I have these old patterns or belief systems that tell me I shouldn't live like this. You can't live like this. You must go back to the way you used to be. That's what's stopping you and everybody else too. And I teach you how to overcome that mentally and emotionally, but it is an absolute battle where you just, some of the time you can't get your mind to wrap around it, but while you're doing it, your mind is screaming no while you're sending that goodbye text message. You're crying while you're making these moves, bro. You're fucking forcefully doing the right thing for yourself against yourself, bro. Your whole self is standing in front of you and won't let you say goodbye to this very toxic person. I need them. They're so important. I can't live without them. And what if I never see them again? And blah, blah, blah. Bro, they live down the street. You're going to have a hard time not seeing them. Just tell them to get off your dick. Really? Something like that. Like, telling fucking Russ to fucking walk away from his family. Where the fuck you think you're going, bitch? It meant energetically, emotionally, maybe a little financially. Take the key back from your fucking door. Put some fucking boundaries around yourself. Protect yourself from the very people that created this self. Realistically, something like that. It happens on a Friday then. God shows us an area of our life, and it beats within our heart where we have to do the right thing. And your mind's like, nah, fuck it, fuck them, fuck that, fuck this, fuck you, and I'm out. And that's the shutdown. It's like, I don't want to do this. I mean, there's so many things I don't want to do. This is like, it doesn't feel good making these changes. It feels good after you've done it. But while you're doing it, no. While you're opening up your heart, it does not feel good. It's painful. It's scary. It's scary. If you don't learn to start listening to your heart, you'll never be in touch with God, the Holy Spirit, your higher self, anything real. Your mind is just a fucking programmed fucking operating system that will literally tell you who you are and what you're worth and how many people don't like you, and it'll tell you all the worst things. You want it to believe better things about you and the people outside of you. It's created in these false narratives and negative imagery, bro. We're not supposed to look at people, places, and things as in such ways, with such judging eyes and judging thoughts. We're supposed to be open to people, places, and things, but we can't be open to this new adventure or this new relationship, this new conversation, this new job, you know what I mean? Because of our belief systems that have already been put in us by somebody else. It's your choice. I'm trying to show you, you can choose to believe in something different. And what I'm asking you to do is believe in something positive. Why? Because in doing so, you'll have a more positive outcome. Always believing like Marshall Mather, bitches ain't shit and fuck a hoe in a trick and I'm never going to do that shit again. Having that mentality will always keep you cut off from the wonders of what women really are and how much they have to offer to your life. And that's the same thing that happened to me. I could see you as friends, but nothing more. Anything past that, you were douchebags. Realistically, other women see you as providers, or they see you as bank accounts, or they see you as protectors. They see you how they want to, based on what the world has made that, their experiences has given them this perception. All men, all women, black kids are like this, white people are like this. It's bigotry, dude. It's just fucked up ass programming. I'm asking you to do what God asked me to do every day, and that's to change the way that you think, to open up to a new thought process based on positivity, receptivity. What bad can happen? You're afraid of people fucking letting you down? So you're just never going to give people an opportunity to show you that some don't? Yeah, you probably are going to go through some more letdowns before somebody doesn't. Because why? Because you had to learn how to, toughen up to the fucking situation. Do they mean to let you down? Do they mean to not meet your expectations? Do they mean to be liars and cheaters and fucking, No, you can really break it down to, Forgive them, for they knew not what they do. They're living a fucking pattern that they think is true. Your very fucking way of living offends my being. But you don't know that because you just live like that every fucking day of your life. You think it's just solid. That's what I mean. And we can do that to nations, countries, genders, races, everything. Because you don't do shit the way I do shit, then you ain't shit. Let's take some time to understand why people do the shit that they do, and understand that there's really some real shit going on behind this shit that we don't understand, and we're just negative to the actual understanding. Like I'm seeing a homeless camp. You'll judge it as soon as you drive by with fear. You'll feel all kinds of fucked up feelings as soon as you see a homeless camp, bro. It comes over me as well as it comes over you. Why? Where is this feeling? Do we ever take the time to explore why we feel this way around this? And instead of just understanding it and fucking feeling better and maybe waving and being nice to it, learning to accept and integrate it, we want it to go away. You give me a bad vibe, so I want the police to come and get you off my fucking block. I don't know what you're doing over there. It's messy and I don't like it, and I want you to go away. You're dirty and I don't like seeing this because of how it makes me feel. That's all it is. You put it in your eyes and it gives you a bad feeling and you want it to go away. It could be a person, a place, or a thing. I'm seeing one that I have that's real petty. I have two things that really trigger the shit out of me that I can't stand. One is the smell of tar on the streets. I can't stand it, but it's important. We need the tar. We need streets. I wish I could just get away from that smell and never smell that smell again. And if you live in any state, I don't know if it's every state, but in Colorado, they're always doing road work on the most common roads that don't need no work. You better fucking do that shit on federal, motherfuckers. Stupid asses. Anyways, going into it, I can't stand that smell, bro. It just makes me feel so nauseous and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. Another thing on federal that they do is the roasted chilies. It's like a New Mexican thing, dude. And they take these chili peppers and they roast them in an open fire all year long. And they use them to make this unbelievable meal that's very famous here in Colorado that came from New Mexico called green chili. It's this unbelievable, like salsa kind of soup. It's delicious. I love what it makes, but I don't like the making of it, bro. The fucking smell, you can smell them for miles. And it's like, oh God, I can't stand that smell. But I will fucking tear up some green chili, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. Quiet on the set? Yeah. You may not know who's living in those tents, but if you got to know those people, you'd love them, but you just don't love the situation how it is. And that's like really what it is. It's like you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable and you just want it to go away. You want to fight to make this uncomfortable feeling go away instead of learning what makes you feel uncomfortable. We can't run from everything that bothers us. It's our duty to understand why we're so fucking sensitive and bothered by every fucking thing. It's not people, places, and things are not trying to be bothersome. They're just trying to live their life. I had to learn that with Russ. Your very fucking existence annoys me. It's like he doesn't even know it. He just thinks he's the coolest fucking guy in the world. And he's just, you know what I mean? It's like you are so undermining what it means to be a person. I'm very mean to him, as you can see. I have a soft spot for that guy. He's always my Friday night date. Wake up in some Russ shit. Why didn't I wake up in a new Bugatti? Damn it. Said I woke up with Russ, his girlfriend, his mom, and his purple Ferrari. Hey, we're rhyming. I just noticed that after like 3 or 4 or 5 times. Realistically. Sorry. I'm still putting your mom and your girlfriend in the back seat. Rub on your thigh while we're driving and fuck with your radio. Realistically, I'm just having fun. All right, the death is the ending of old things. You just got to. You just got to, and it's the first Friday. We got 52 fucking calendar weekends of doing this, and any that comes in between. Why? Because everything you let go of opens up for something new. These old fucking friendships are old and stale and boring. They're very predictable, and they're very dependent, and they're very suffocating. Don't you want a new friend? Don't you want a new job? Don't you want a new house? Don't you want something new in your life? No, you just want to stick with the same old, same hoe. Hey, I love you guys. Good luck. I can't. I know how hard it is for me to let go of some things. So it's like, the first one's going to be hard, but like, can you do this like regularly, like on a basis, like maybe once a month, once a year, once in your lifetime? Endings, transformation, and change. One of the most powerful and beautiful symbols of the tarot. A cycle is coming to an end. A change is occurring in a major life area. Your mind, body, spirit, finances, relationships, or other. A door is closing, so another may open. What is it? I'm saying goodbye to fuckboys so I can have a real boy. And then a Pinocchio. I really wasn't mentally ready for anything more than that, but now I've reached this place of I think I can handle it. And that's why the shadows are coming to the surface. Realistically, every time I try to commit to this idea, I have my commitment issues come to the surface. It's just part of it. At least it's better to be fighting this, you know what I mean? I'm not giving up on the bad guy. I'm not running to go fight another bad guy. I just got to fight this bad guy. Why? Because it's always going to be there. There'll still be other bad guys to fight. Really? Fight the battle. All right. Anyways, a door is closing so that another may open. There is something wanting to be born, but you need to make space for it to come through. And that's it. Empress mode. Realistically, yeah. You have ideas, you have desires, you have passions, you have creativity, you have drive to do some new stuff. But you have to get shit out of the way to make this shit happen. You have to make it, create a space for this in your life. I'm telling you. All right. Will you choose to release what is no longer serving you with intention and grace? It doesn't feel good, bro. You're literally brainwashing yourself, telling yourself from your heart, I have to do this. 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 And that was those people that got up and went to the gym yesterday. Damn, they were brainwashed. The energy was so lazy. I should have sat there in my gym clothes just outside having a cigarette, you know what I mean, hyping them up. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. You're doing amazing. I'll see you tomorrow. Kids. You keep this up. Jesus. Oh, fuck the kids, dude. At this point, I'm saying fuck them. Do you know why? Because they stay up till fucking 2, 3, fucking 4 o'clock in the morning. And come 10 o'clock, they want to act like fucking zombies. Go fuck yourself. You guys are going to start going to school in a couple days, aren't you? I thought they were going back on Monday, and she said no. And I have to check the schedule. I think I'm going to have them longer. Realistically, no. I'd be tiptoeing, walking around in the dark in the middle of the fucking morning, bro, because you guys stayed up all night. We could start a fight. Or you could just go back to sleep. I mean, what time am I allowed to be loud? See what I mean? But you're sleeping because you didn't go to bed early. What is your wake up time? 8? Okay, but it's 10. So why can't I be loud at 10? I just get loud. Then don't get loud. Why can't you just say that? You're being loud. You want to start a fight. But in the essence, you're kind of, whatever, I'll be respectful. But at the same time, it's like, no, I do this all morning, bro. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm walking around in the dark, tiptoeing, you know what I mean? Fucking doing all kinds of shit to stay quiet for hours. It's torturous after a while. Seriously? Yeah. Sitting here fucking dancing and all kinds of shit. I gotta be quiet. Shh. Fuck. I'm ready to fucking start a fire. Turn up the music. Turn on the strobe lights. Realistically, something like that. Anyways, you have to allow your new life to have room to grow. It can't grow in the fucking life that you currently have. Really? Yeah. I'm seeing this thing. It's like, who gives a shit? Your new girlfriend, you don't want your new girlfriend to fill it in with your friends. Are you dating your friends? I don't know where that came from, but I just saw that. It's like you want someone that fits into your old life and your old ways. You don't want something new. You just want to replace the old. Annoying. Will you choose to release what no longer serves you with intention and grace? Reverse possibility. Resisting to change. Delay or drawn out ending. This is taking forever. When is this going to end? Stagnation or depression. Hesitation is what I hear. And it comes with, I mean, it's depressing. I don't try to pretend like this is anything but painful. I've shown you that. And then some of them, your mind, you can make up your mind. You're like, yeah, I'm right. You're right. I can do this. And then you do it. And the feelings that come afterwards are even fucking terrible. You're filled with so much regret. You feel like you've just ended your life. You feel like, what am I supposed to do now? And how am I ever going to recover from this? And why did I do this? And why did I destroy this thing? And it starts to tell you that, your mind starts to, make it seem better than it was. And that's like domestic violence and shit like that. That's like, a pattern. No, it won't be the same and it'll be better. And, no, it's just your mind trying to, draw out a long ass ending. That's Lewis over there thinking he's going to have a better year this year. He has no reason to believe that. He's mental in that sense. Realistically, I'm more interested to see what a Cadillac Formula One car does this year instead of fucking Lewis in a Ferrari. Really? And it's Valtteri, bro, and Perez. These are the best wingmen, as they called them. You guys are so rude. So rude. Finland and Mexico together, they were just the best team players. So they're very polite. It's going to be a beautiful dance because that's what they are. They were never like, no, fuck you, fucking Lewis. I'm going to take the gold. They were never that guy. And neither was Perez, bro. He was a he was a stand-up fucking teammate, bro. And they put two good team members that have experience driving other cars in a brand new Cadillac. I wonder if it looks old. Does it have some kind of emblem to the tradition of what we know as a Cadillac, like an old person's car? Is it going to have leather seating? Little ashtrays? What is it going to have in it? Long? You know what I mean? That's what the windows look like. Realistically, that's what I'm looking forward to. I think everybody that's part of the team, but part of the industry is looking for what's new, not this old guy. It really doesn't matter if the car sucks. They're going to keep all eyes on it because it's something new. Everybody wants something new. They don't expect it to be better, but if it is, they're really going to clown. Cadillac is coming out looking real strong. It's all eyes on the Cadillac. Really? You ever seen a Cadillac Formula One? I don't even know who makes Caddy. Dude, this is great. And it's Valtteri. Did you see his He's hilarious. And Checo, I'll have a shot of tequila to that, my friend. I mean, I really did love the industry. I really love the sport. It's more about it. He doesn't have no love for the sport. He's not rooting on Valtteri and his new car. He's over there trying to figure out how to fucking get his mechanics to make his car beat Valtteri. That's not good fucking gentleman fucking competition. Where were you when Yuki was learning how to drive a car? Cussing and acting stupid, and everybody's like, you can't do that stuff, dude. They were like, where were you to guide these boys into their fucking championships? Instead, you were trying to crush their dreams. Now look at you, douchebag. You and your fucking marriage to failure. Sorry. Love you, Lewis. Are you still in Aspen? Spin the block. Endings. I don't know. Tom Brady. Whatever. What's the outcome? Ooh, introspection. You're going to be stuck at home dealing with your feelings under a full moon. Typically, that's all we do around here, isn't it, though? What is it? Introspection, self-reflection, self-analyzation, self-healing, self. Deal with yourself. Stop worrying about other people. Really? I mean, how are you going to deal with them when you can't even deal with you? You're a lot to deal with. Then I look at someone like Russ. Oh my God. You're so much to deal with. Come here, let me brush your hair. Let's start there. Hey, Russ. Put on the do-rag for one more time, just for good laughs. I don't care, whichever one you want. You made a bunch of them. Put one on, bro, and a non-matching shirt like you always do, with some khaki pants that are 2 sizes too big, and some fucking old tennis shoes. And don't forget those old hats you wear, too. Yep, and bring out that chain that makes all those ching ching noises. Ding ding ding. What is that? The Elephant Man? Yes. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Come on, Russ. Come on, Russell. Can you imagine if I was his girlfriend, bro? I'd have to sit up and stand up for his bullshit all the time. No, he's a good guy. No, you don't. He's misunderstood. No, you just don't get where he's coming from. No, that's not what he meant to say. No, he has to do that all day on the internet for himself. Imagine though, if you had to defend him all day. Oh shit! How you need a defense attorney like Kim Kardashian on some shit like that. If she can defend Kanye and his and his mental illnesses, I am sure she will stand behind you once she gets her bar right. When she raises her bar. Which bar? The one she's swinging on, bro. Ah, shit. I don't know if you're talking about T-Pain as the bartender or that he fell in love with a stripper. Okay, I'm going to sit in my mind now. Not a very dangerous place until we start talking about the past. Let's reflect on the past, shall we? How about not? The future looks so much brighter than the past. It's so dark back there. Eight of Cups, higher purpose, shift, transition. It is time to turn away from what's no longer serving you. This is what God really wants me to do all day. He uses my life as an ability to tell you that every day for the rest of my life. Really? Yeah, that's my job. Walk away. Leave it. Move on. Detach. Go on. Get out of here. Go away. Really? Mm-hmm. I'm a master in detachment because I have to detach from everything as well. So I can teach you how it's done. And I really try. What I do that nobody else does is I give you the mental preparation for what this is going to intake and how long it's going to take you to recover from detachment. Or you can stay codependent to all your issues. That's up to you. Let's see. Journey inwards to the infinite source. This is where true joy resides. Reverse possibility, abandonment, disappointment, fear of change. Now, keep in mind, these are the first tarot cards I ever had, so I learned how to heal through tarot from the very beginning. I don't know how to do tarot in any other way, really. No matter how I pull the tarot, I'm going to see this as a way to tell you, terrorize you into being a better person. So what do we got? Compassion. Unbelievable compassion and self-acceptance, right? For why you're having such a difficulty fighting this battle. But still, you have to encourage yourself to fight the battle of what? Letting go. And then after it happens, you don't just fucking walk, you don't act like it didn't happen and this didn't hurt. You have to deal with you have to process the feelings of this. Otherwise, no, they'll come back later and you'll give back into it. You have to explain yourself to yourself during that time. And you have to be very understanding. It becomes an extreme battle inside of yourself when you're trying to go against, you know what I mean, the way that you normally live and implement something better in your life. It's rejected a lot. You might even get yourself to get with the program, but then it still repatterns. Really? Yeah. And that's where it is. It's like, well, this looks like every other Friday. Really? Pretty much. What am I faced with? I mean, I don't feel like anything of yesterday. I felt like I dealt with that and we just have to deal with more of it. It was really easy to identify. It's like letting the self be told what's going on. Fears of physical performance responsibilities and just unhealthy submission. Really? Yeah. That's where it's all in those videos. It's like I'm getting closer to committing to the idea, but all my commitment issues come up. And then, of course, what comes up with it is a recognition to where these come from, why I'm, you know what I mean, where this fear comes from, and still trying to get past this fear to what I'm trying to work towards. I can't let the fear of how men have treated me before stand in the way of being treated better by a new man. You can't let the fear of your failures before stand in the way of your victories to come. Lewis is using that in a very unhealthy manner. You have to be careful, because are you trying to get something new, or you're just trying to get the same old thing? It's the absolute definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over, which is you going to your job over and over thinking it's going to get better. You fucking going, you know what I mean, dating the same person over and over thinking it's going to get better. You living in a fucking place that you don't like thinking it's going to get better. It's a definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. It is going to take you a lot of time to teach your mind that this isn't going to get better, because your mind keeps telling you it is. But has it got any better? And it only gets better when what? When you do something about it. If you play harder, then it feels better, but it's not getting better. You're just holding on. As I just kind of dropped my head. I wasn't going to feel happy in that apartment, no matter what I did. That apartment brought me no happiness. I hated where I lived. I hated my neighbors. Even then, after they moved out, the ones underneath me moved out. I just hated it. I did not feel safe. That's why I had all those camera systems. I did not feel comfortable. That's why I never stayed inside of my house, and I stayed on the porch the whole time. I did not feel good where I lived, but I would do anything to make sure I didn't lose my house. It was insanity, bro. Insanity. And that goes back to my families, bro. It never feels good to be around these people. But I have to be around these people because they're the only family I have. And I'm so, I have to accept them as family, or I have nobody. But they don't make me feel good. They're not good. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get, this isn't good, realistically. And that comes down to the individuals that they are. It's not that I have all this stored up, you know what I mean? I get around you and then I get triggered. Yeah, that happens. But the reason I'm triggered is because you're still the same person that hurt me when I was a child. And you're doing the behaviors that remind me of the things that you did to or around me as a child. And maybe you're not even doing them to me. You're just talking down to other people like you talk down to me. You're lying to other people like you lied to me. You know what I mean? You're drinking like you did when I was a child. You're acting like when I did, and I don't feel comfortable about any of this shit, bro. You're still the same person that made me feel uncomfortable all those years ago. And when I come around you, I still don't feel comfortable. And it has nothing to do with me. It's the fact that you are an uncomfortable vibe. And that can be anyone in my life, bro. It's like, you know what I mean? I dealt with my brother when nobody else would. And that's because, you know what I mean? I felt this obligation to look out for my brother. Don't get me wrong. I had to watch my wallet, and you know what I mean? I was very careful. You weren't going to do to me what you did to my other sister. You weren't going to do me in, but I'll take you in. You know, shit like that. You're not my fucking obligation, dude. If you'll fuck her, you'll fuck me. Just like you fucking did it before. Dude, he fucked me so hard when I was little. He did it multiple times, bro. He fucked me hard. Really? Yeah, bro. He got me beat down. The worst that I ever got. I can really think of that. That was probably one of my worst beatings. He fucking, and that's it, dude. He robbed me. I gave him some money to go get some fucking Taco Bell for all of us. We woke up, and I literally remember that morning, dude. I woke up and you're over there making lines on the fucking floor. And I'm like, dude, go get us some food, bitch. And I sent him to go get Taco Bell with like $30. I didn't see that dude for like months. Then I found out he went and met up with my ex-husband, got some dope, and then went on a binge with him, moved in with him and his girlfriend down in Mexico, and was using them to get high until he burned them and came back to me. It's like, you're such a fucking clown ass. Anyways, in the essence, it's like, oh, it's my brother. I'll look out for him. I'll keep him. You know what I mean? Like, just because. You are a shady motherfucker, bro. And to keep you around my kids will never forget that, bro. There's something about what you did, bro. They'll never forget it. When I bring up Uncle Tony, I would always leave him money to, I used him as a babysitter. Hey, watch the kids so I could go do some lift. That's all he had to do. I paid all the bills. I did everything, bro. I don't need shit from you, bro. Just watch my kids for a bit. I give him money for pizza, and they have this fucked up memory of you doing this, which is how many times did you do it, bro? He would go get pizza in the car, and he'd go get them Little Caesars, and they'd be sitting in the back seat, and he would open the pizza, and he would eat a piece in front of them and tell them that they couldn't have none because they couldn't eat in the car. That's how he treated my kids. Imagine how he treated his own 6 kids, the ones he abandoned. This is a bad person. So when he went to jail and all this shit, and God caught him and fucking took his unborn child and gave him karma, I sat back and I felt terrible, and my spirit had to show me the truth. Don't you fucking shed a tear for this motherfucker. And you're not going to pay him back. This motherfucker owes you. And that's really what it was. And it's like we've made so many excuses for people in our lives under the guise of loyalty. Like we have to forgive them and allow them to keep being messy in our lives. No, we don't. We forgive them. We love them from afar. I owe you nothing, bro. You will never lean on the fact that I'm your sister and that's going to get you somewhere in life. And that's all he did. He leaned on everybody. Knowing you got him somewhere in life. So imagine, you know what I mean? This is my family, and so I attract shit like that. That was exactly how my ex-husbands were. Opportunistic. And then you go back to the people in the clubs. Opportunistic. People are always around me for what they can get from me. The people that I know, the places I go, the things that I say, and all of that. Energy motherfucking harvesters. At the time, I didn't see it, bro. Like, no, they're my friends, they're my family, and these people love me and they care about me. Until God told me to cut them off and watch how they ran. I don't know what you got to let go of, bro. But I had to let go of everything. I was surrounded in toxicity, unhealthy patterns, unhealthy people, unhealthy ways of life. Even, you know what I mean? I had to let go of everything because everything had an emotional attachment to the past. Everything did. The only thing I kept from the old life is like maybe a couple of clothes. I have some pictures, my car. But my car wasn't part of the old life. My car gave me a new life. I did all kinds of new adventures in that car. That car took me into a new life. I see it as my chariot to my new life. It started everything for me. Realistically, yeah. So it was part of the new journey. And I had to let go of my old car. I had a different car than I had. All kinds of shit. But that's really what it is. I had to let go of old clothes that reminded me of old places. You know what I mean? Jewelry, pictures, everything. I needed to forget that that's who I was and not live by that narrative anymore. You become someone new by taking off you. Some people do it fabricated in their, in their rebranding of their business. But really, to become something new, you have to let go of who you are. Otherwise, you're just going to taint your new experience with the old you, your old ways, your old behaviors, your old friends, your old family is going to come back to fuck up your new life. They want a piece of the new you and what you've got going. And you can look at them. They're still the same people, bro. They've done nothing to make their life better. They want to ride a better life with you. And that goes back to someone like Russ or Marshall, all of them. You're fucking codependent people that haven't learned how to survive on their own. They can't wait for you to come up. And, only just this year did I guilt her enough into sharing his music. But she only did it because he drug her along on his tour. And he did that to keep his girlfriend busy. So she had a fucking friend. They're just out for what they can get out of you, bro. They don't really support you unless it's supporting to what it'll do for them. Like my ex-husband, oh my God, was he angry to know that I was working with musicians and shit and that I was good at it. He hated the fact that I was singing and I was going into clubs and I was on fucking videos and that I was known in the industry, that I could perform and all. He hated that because he's nothing but a fucking fangirl. He didn't want me to be that. He wanted that for himself. Vengeful and disgusting. He didn't want anybody to have attention, anybody to give me attention. When that's all he wanted was all eyes on him. He wanted all the attention. He didn't want good things for me. Never. He didn't want me to make more money than him. He didn't want me to have any power. Me being powerless made him feel powerful. What a fool. Realistically, yeah. But in the essence, he needed a powerful woman in his life to take care of him because his fucking mother failed him so terribly. Look at that failure ass bitch. One bed to another, as she taught all of you. Fucking dick ride to the future. Realistically, that's how they do it in that family. That's why I was like, no, you're not learning how to be like them. They're not gonna have any effects on your life. They're not gonna tell you how to live life. They're not gonna tell you what's good and what's bad. They're not gonna put any of that on you. And that goes back to my brothers, my sisters, their children. Their children think the way that their parents think. I don't want my kids to go hang out with their cousins and start thinking low vibrational shit. Oh, let's get on TikTok. Let's do this. You want to hit my vape? My dad has some weed. This is my family, bro. I'm trying to protect my family from my family. They're not bad people, bro. They were just raised this way, and I can't change them. And love them from afar, but don't become them just to be around them. And when you're around them, know that the energy they carry, you're never safe in that energy, bro. They create all kinds of karma. They get on the internet and talk shit, and at any time someone could roll up and you're going to lose your life fucking with some of these people. They got beef. They got shit. They got fucking felonies. They got fucking drugs in their pocket, bro. They got problems, bro. These people are going to take you down. My mom started doing cocaine with both me and my brother before I was 12. I think I can look back, he was probably 12 when she started giving it to him. And he actually went with it, dude. He was sitting there having bingers with her on the weekend and these crackheads that would come over and sell out of our house. It's very fucked up. My mom did that to us, bro. She gave it to us, bro. Now you go back to my cousin, bro. She was getting high with my cousin when my cousin was in her teens. My cousin becomes a teen mother, and she's getting drunk with her and high with her teens. It's just a fucked up, disgusting, poor pattern in my life, bro. We're not going to do this, bro. You're poisoning us children because you're still a poisoned child. Now go back to, why did they do that? They were fucking orphans of the 60s, and that's how they found fellowship. Through drugs. In California, that's it, bro. They were hippie girls, bro. And then the boys were fucking, oh God, don't get me started on the criminals and what my uncles became. And they bred it into their children's children. And you know what I mean? It's like I went from growing up in a house of drugs to marrying a drug lord. At 16, I was well on my way to spending the rest of my life in drugs. I even learned at 18 the chemical balance that it took to make crystal meth crystallize. We're running around with a fucking mayonnaise jar full of liquid meth, and they're sending me into Ace Hardware to get that right component to make this shit blow. Seriously? Why did I know that at such young ages? You wonder why I run around trying to forget everything that I ever seen and trying to keep my children far, far away from this real world we live in. Hey, bro, there's a meth lab on every fucking block in America right now. I know what they got in that tub. I didn't watch no fucking Breaking Bad. I broke bad out of that shit. I've seen it, bro. I know how they wrap fucking drugs. I know how they ship them across. I've seen it all, bro. I walked away. I'm one of the few to get away from that life and not just stay in it, bro. Not to make it a life. There's a whole book in here about fucking drug addicts shit. I don't want to even touch it, bro. Don't make me even touch that wound. And seeing you at the lowest level, bro. It's like, oh man, I was born in that bullshit, bro. I had somebody in my comments like a couple days ago asking me if I was an addict. No, thank God I'm not a drug addict anymore. But I had addictions to multiple drugs, and that was it. And it was normal. It was just fucking normal. Everybody around us did drugs. Fucking 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are your teen years, and you're running around with people that have more than ounces of cocaine, heroin, and fucking methamphetamine. And while the methamphetamine is actually changing, it goes from this color to that color, and now we have glass. Holy shit balls. Then you got the fucking, you know what I mean, them running around with heroin. Don't forget the pill poppers, and let's get a hotel. I lived this life as a child, bro. It's unfucking real. Really? Yeah. So in that, it's like I had to walk away from everything that I ever knew and everyone. And I watch out that I don't walk myself back into that shit. It's not that you're a bad person, but I barely got out with my, alive. All I can do is stand out here and guide you your way out, but I'm not going in there, bro. As a world. When I tell you that I'm friends with drug dealers and killers and prostitutes and rapists and child abusers, make no joke of it. Now keep in mind what I said at the beginning of this video. I'm the sanest out of all the insane people that I draw into my world. Like attracts like. We vibe because you get me, but you only get a piece of me. You don't know how many fucking broken, shattered pieces. You know what I mean? I could be talking to you, but you don't know who might just walk up on us that knows me too. There's a lot of dangerous layers to what I was and where I went. And I met, misery loves company. I had great company in those miserable places in life. Realistically, yeah. And to make a conscious decision to walk away from that life. I'm there to help people walk away from it, but it's not an easy walk. And many people will never. And that's why I'm very, heartfelt towards the 27 Club or anybody that uses drugs and alcohol as a coping mechanism. That's all I've known. You're normal to me, but I'm trying to teach you that there's another way. You're normal. You're justified. I know exactly how this starts, how it ends, what it feels like. I know why you do what you do and what you're going to do next. It's one of those things. It's like people can't tell when people are on drugs, but I can tell immediately. I might not know what you're on, but I know you're on it because I've always been around people on drugs. Going from, being around people that were on them in the home to going to selling drugs. I've seen all the weirdest drug behaviors. All of the weirdest drug behaviors there ever has been. But then I stopped being around drugs, and of course, the evolution of drugs goes further. So, you know what I mean? I don't know the new drugs, but I know what drugs does to the psyche. I can see it on you, and I know what you're trying to accomplish by doing the drugs, but I know what the after effects and all that shit is too. It's very terrible. And that's just the family. Really? Yeah. They justify their way of life, and will not change their way of life. And so by them believing it's the norm, they will try to put it on other people. I don't want my children to normalize the way that they've lived. I want my children to have compassion for everyone's way of life, but to choose which way they live according to the, you know what I mean? Their own moral compass, and not just to accept that this is normal. And that goes back to, I'm going to end on this note. A poor kid doesn't know they're poor until somebody tells them they're poor. A child abuse victim doesn't know that they're being abused until someone tells them it's wrong. I didn't know. You don't know that there's better families and better ways of life and different, you don't know. You don't know you're crazy till someone points it out. You don't know that you're living in hell until you experience something better. As a child, that's what it is. We didn't know that there was another way of life. We thought that what happened in our homes happened in everybody's homes until we were allowed to go into someone else's home and see that things were different. And it was through them we realized that that's not a good home for you. And that's because they felt sorry for us. But we felt ashamed because our home wasn't like yours. Really? Yeah. And so we hit that. And that's something that Marshall was, proud to say. He came out and told about this really unhappy home that he lived in. And he spoke about the secrets that none of us told. And that's why I'm so inspiring, is because I tell this story that's somebody else's story. They can't put it in words just yet. Not the fucking, when Logic brought out his story about his parents and them being fucking crackheads and his mom being a prostitute and shit, I cried for him more than myself. But I also made a recognition because it's like, you know what it feels like. You know what it feels like to be broken from a broken home, and doing the work to try to repair it and understand it and not be what you grew up in, not be a product of your environment. And that's it. That's POC right there. It's choosing not to be a product of your environment, but not to forget your environment, but to try to find a way to rise them up. I can't teach my family, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. They go to church and they believe in God, but you can't force anyone to change their behaviors or their beliefs or their actions. It's got to be a change given to them by God, and it takes a lot of effort on their part. So you just have to part ways. It really is the truth. Hey, there's some fucking comments. I'm going to read these and get out of here. What does it say? Hello from England. Hey, I fucking love that. You made my day. Really? Yeah, you just made me think of a beautiful land far away that I used to live in another life that brought me such joy. Don't get me wrong, it was battles and stuff, but I could put myself in the place of England rather than sitting around in Colorado today. Thank you for joining us. And from Russia? Oh my God. I love you guys. Thank you for being with me. I'm glad to be with you. I'd rather be over there. Well, I don't know about Russia. It's probably really fucking cold over there. Damn, that's amazing. I'm very honored to have you on my page. Really? Yeah, cultures, people, places, things, all new. I could learn so much from you. I could sit down wherever you are and have an amazing conversation about just your day, what your house looks like, what you plan on having for breakfast. What do you do on a Friday night? Do they force you to go to church on Sunday? I would love to know what the weather is. Thank you for visiting. Make sure that to leave those kind of great comments. It gets my inner child going. It gets me out of my current reality and puts me in another place in time and space. I get to think about what people are doing in England, what time it is in England, what are the Russian people are doing, and do you understand me perfectly in English, or do you use translation? I love all of this. Thank you for coming in the comments. I don't always get that kind of joy. Okay, well, the work is there to be done. We all have our own work to do. Get to work and push yourself through it. It gets worse tomorrow. It's better to sever the tie today and then go through the, you know what I mean? Go through it, the transformation of it tomorrow. Why? Because something about a Sunday makes it feel real good. It'll be numb by Sunday. Do some more work on a Monday and then you're done with it. Really? Typically, if you catch the energy, and they said something amazing could happen Sunday if you planted the right seeds. Amazing as far as, what did they say? A loving home life was in the horizons, but you have to make room for it. You have to be open. I feel myself a little blocked when I said that. It's like, what would you do if they came up and asked to be in a relationship? Are you still skeptical? Are you still standoffish? Would you be receiving to this possibility if somebody wanted to date you or wanted to? Oh man. Would you give them a chance? Would you give yourself a chance to give a chance? Could be a person, place, or thing. What if someone offers you a new job today? Could you give yourself a chance to take a chance? What if somebody offers you a date? Could you give yourself a chance to take a chance? Or you'll freak yourself out and you won't do it. What if somebody, you know what I mean? Give yourself a chance to take a chance. Yeah? Love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now.